How's it going, everybody? Kyther here, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory, where last time we got the both of the frames set up, the normal ones and the heavy ones, and also finally got to doing supercomputers and getting them made up. But we're at a bit of a time crunch at the moment because at the end of last episode, we ran out of power, and I fixed it. Well, temporarily fixed it by turning off the still works over there. Turn that off. But as you can see, we're out of power again. So, I've expanded the platform out here, which kind of annoys me that it's raised, but at the same time, it's kind of cool. So, we're going to add another 2 rows of these over there. And let the power return. There we go. What a beautiful sound that was. The only issue is we may not... We're only just over it. Actually, we're over a fair bit from that one. We may or may not have enough fuel coming in at the moment. So I will have to keep an eye on the power. Look at that. See, most of the time it was down here. We just have that one peak where apparently not everything, but pretty much everything just turns on. Oh, okay, I was just at a distance. Freaking out. Right. Okay. I think we're good with power now. But as you can see, power's not quite fine because we are in fact running out of fuel. Very quickly. So, let's add another oil refinery here. Encroaching clearance, you what? That way. Wait. Green is out. Yep. That way. I know how to do this. And we shall hook it up. Be like the others. So it's all hooked up. I'm gonna have to pay attention to whether or not we're actually losing any fuel at the moment. It's a bit hard to tell. We're fairly stable. But during the power outage, looks like Crystal Truck has run it out of the juice. Which kind of works out, because it's kind of where we're going to go for today. But before we can go and head off in that direction and save Crystal Truck, which conveniently, not conveniently, like inconveniently, is just beyond field of view. I think it's just on the other side of that hill, by the looks of it, or behind that rock. We have to develop the new transport line that's going to be going over that way, which I have stated in a previous video that will indeed be a train station. The only thing is I don't know which to... Actually no, I suppose we're going to make it face this way, so it should go smack bang in the middle of this spot. Right there. Train station. Also known as Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. Something like that. Yes, we're going to place this here. I'm all over the place. And this one is going to be having greater platforms of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite how that's meant to be. It works. Ooh, I miscalculated. And then we're going to... No, I haven't. We're fine. We only need the 4. So we're going to have a train, 4 freight cars, and a train. Potentially on the other side. Just so... I keep hiding that menu and it keeps coming back. Because I don't know whether we want to do a loop or not. I think doing a loop would be cool to be different. I thought that moved. But we're also going to be having the train, maybe not this train, maybe same train, we don't know, we have to go have a look. Go up into dangerous red forest zone, because we have 3 bits of bauxite up here. Like magic, they're there. It's probably not the exact same spot where the map was. Yeah, ping pong pong, and I believe, if I remember correctly from other people, or when we saw, actually we may have walked past one of them. I think I've been to the one that's in the water. I think they're all different nodes, a pure normal and an impure node. Which, for our needs at the moment, that should all be fine. But thinking about the ore at the moment is a little far ahead at the moment, and that name, this has an oof at the end of it. Okay, anyway. Yes, thinking about the nodes is too far ahead because, first of all, you need to work out or slash plot where and how this train line is going to go. Good to know there's more than the 3 up there. There's another one over there which I may have seen as well. Sorry, moving my mouse around weirdly. But this is sort of our first obstacle as to whether or not we go round to, I suppose, the left or the right side, or west or east of the lake here. I'm on top of a radio tower, for those that hadn't worked that out. I think we're going to go along this side though. Come up here. Whether we just jump straight up here or do a bit of a curve. Sort of follow the edge. There's a bit of a like natural ramp there. And we're going to go check out that area over there, because that gets us close. And maybe not really an easy way to get up the top. But we could probably put a station down here, maybe. Again, I have to further search this area up here to see whether or not which 3 or which nodes we get to start off with. Because some will be better than others. And there's also a cave. I think it's up higher, or it might be over there, which leads down into where the truck station is. Oh, no, I could do that. Can't do it with you, though. Good to know. So, over here at the Quatz, they seem to have had some design changes up here, but not thought out quite well, because that water kind of just ends there. I wonder if that quartz is to disappear at some point. I've come over here just trying to work out whereabouts the cave exits up here. Oh, pink fogland of fog. Oh boy. Not great. But it is, okay, so it is definitely up the top here. This is vastly different to when we last saw up here. He's following the path down here. There's not really a good spot to drop the train off, unless the train went through here, under this pass, and then just sort of curved around into here. But the only thing I can see happening, but it would probably have to even curve right around like that to actually have room for the station to sit in. I guess we'll look for the bauxite, because it should be pretty much in the epicenter of it, up here, I would have thought. Okay, so the same 3 have pinged. They're a bit further away, but I might check them out to see what each of them have. Oh, we won't go that one. I think that's the like bamboo forest over there. Yeah, that's what's over there. We won't worry about that one. Probably go check these 2 and maybe 3 to see which one's what. Okay, so not going to wait till it's daytime. But the first one I've gone and checked is indeed a pure bauxite, which was the one that was closest to us. I suppose the only issue is I've got to sort of work out how, or where I want to take resource from /2. Yeah. There's dangerous stuff all the way around here. I also put up a radio tower there, and I'm guessing even if they don't have power, they scan a little bit around you. As you can kind of see from this one, because I didn't have any of that spot up there. Definitely going through this cave here is just not going to work. So, I don't know how I'm going to get this out of here, unfortunately. Alright, so here truck was. I tapped it. Don't you move your wheels? I tapped it and it rolled backwards over here. You are indeed full of quartz, as I kind of expected you would be. I'd rather you just go straight home though, as I think he's going to do. Let's fix that. He appears to be. That is good. Good for him, because we're nearly out of quartz, so that's a bit of an odd jump. To just randomly come back all the way down here. It's also because I had to go back to base and actually grab some weapon supplies. Because up there is, you know, super dangerous. And I had next to none, pretty much no weapons at all. Whoosh. It's actually a perfect spot for you to drop. So I went and grabbed some more bullets and obelisks. Didn't think about that. Sure, you can have some... well... I'd rather you not have the quartz, so I'm just gonna delete it, and hopefully that you don't get any more. You did. No you didn't. It just looked like I did. Okay, anyway. What we're gonna do is I've put the radio tower there for where the quartz is. Should have put a miner up there. I don't know why I didn't while I was up there. I've been trying to work out how I'm gonna do this train. And I think instead of trying to go up around that way, we might do a weird thing where we go up through here and come sort of straight either over the abyss or maybe take a corner, go up here. What I really want to do is try something different and have the trains be on a sky highway, essentially. To do one this way would be cool, but I think... Oops, wrong button. I think going past this bit would be a little difficult because it might be up too high, or if we like bridge that gap, would be perfect. Because for the most part, I don't want the train constantly going up and down, because that's just not going to be very efficient. So that's why I'm over here, to sort of try and gauge whether or not we can get a decent and easier way over here with the train. Also, it just happens to be 1, 2, 3 power slugs up here. So I was planning to stand over there to try and get a view, but considering that that top of the plateau up there is part of the Red Forest, I believe this is this size called, there's just pink fog everywhere and you can't see anything. But, so I'll just come over here. The line's actually pretty damn straight from here to the base. Although the train station would be coming out about here-ish, so it wouldn't have a little highway start directly going that way. We might be able to get... This is about as high as we need to go for going back this way to go over there, so I think I'm fine with that, and then we just have a downhill slope here. Just a matter of trying to get the orientation of the platform correct. I suppose would be about there. I'm very well aware that that purple power slug is there as well. Nope, that's not quite right. We wanted to go... Ooh. I don't know if I rotated that before or not now. One more that way, I think. Just gotta place it. I'd rather it be a tad lower, but we can fix all that later. I guess... maybe there? And I can pretty much just do a straight line over that way and see where we go. It's more of a fact that I don't want him to stand up. And I don't think I really have... No, I have the inventory. He's gonna stand up. I can't grab it. I don't want to blow him up, was all, because I don't want to get rid of the trees. And the only way to blow him up is with one of these. Although, if we time it right, we can get rid of both and pick you up with relative ease. But I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look nearly as bad as what I thought it would. Especially when I step it up. I'm not going to have it be just one long bridge. Much like we did over the other lake with the train sort of coming down. I won't be doing it in pillars, I'll be doing it in actual continuous... what's it called? The things? These things? The foundations? But we will have the train go out along this way. I don't know whether we'll start racing it up here or if we'll just sort of carve away through the forest here. and then it'll just go up. And the convenient thing is, once we're up at that height, it's actually not that much further to go up the top here, so we may have a way of getting up there. And the best thing is, you can see, actually I don't know if you can see the second one, or if that's it or not, but 1, 2, and 3 of the towers. So whether or not this giant slope works or not, kind of just from the other side of, about here-ish is where it starts going up, and it just goes up in a straight line with the 2 high ramps. So I don't know if the train will struggle to get up here or not. We're going to have to do some testing. But the fact that you can see that there's a parachute in my inventory, I walked up here and then fell off as I was running back up the top here. Where? Oh, right. In the interest to save time, should be, yeah, it's down there. I just sort of reloaded the save because I failed this once already. Parachutes need to be... I double tapped it. Okay, so as nice as parachutes are supposed to be, I cannot use them out here to save literally my life. So I'm just gonna have to dismantle my bridge a little bit and use some of this concrete to make a pillar for me to get down here safely on. Oh, that's just a whole bunch of waste. That's just not helpful to me in the slightest. But with that, I get down. Because what's happening is I'm jumping off, activating the parachute, and it is immediately being broken by something. Whether it's hitting that or somehow the trees. I don't know. Let's hope that there is no baddie birds down here. Because I need to get what's in that chest. I am equipped, back, and ready. That. Oh, I didn't know that there was an animation for that. But anyway, that was obnoxious. So we've got a bit of a steep incline here. That goes all the way down to the bottom. What we might have to do is sort of keep this incline here. And sort of just double the length of this and maybe wrap around the corner. I was kind of just hoping maybe we put the train station either at this side, but it might have to go physically inside sort of the other side of whatever this protrusion thingamajig is. And have it sort of come down, turn, and then do the final descent over here, and then put the station a little bit off to the side in this central bit across here. It's probably the only way we're going to get it to fit in here nicely, would be my guess. But we do need to check to see if it can even go up that one at a long distance, being the first one. So I'm going to go and hook up this station. And I'll say that this actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. I need to adjust the end bit here a little bit. I'm just sort of doing it just so we can test the giant ramp. And also, for those who don't know, the 4 high ramps are too high to even put the railways up. So I had to make some adjustments down the end. But let's give this a test run, shall we? Okay, so we have like what would essentially be our actual train to set this up. Test. Let's see how we go in terms of speed and how much power it takes up. So I don't know if when the actual train goes along here, whether it would be going the same speed. There is a tree in the road here. I will be removing that later. But that small little incline we went up, we didn't lose any power. So these 2 high things might be fine. For the most part, the train's actually, well, technically for the most part, the train should be coming back as it is, being completely empty. That would be ideal, but whether that ends up being the case or not, probably not for a while, because there'll probably still be stuff in here. But by the looks of it, I think we're fine. And now I have a really speedy way of getting up here if I need to. Whoosh. So the train would absolutely be applying brakes this entire way down, unfortunately. We could do the same thing, or we could just donk and stop like that. As you can see, the incline stops just here, so the station will have to be shimmied down this way and be actually inside of here, I guess. Might also have to be moved across a little bit too. But for the most part, it works. And I guess we should probably be doing a test for the way back as well, but this one seems pretty good with this train. It's not too long. We do have 2 trains on here. Or engines, I guess. The game loads lags. But yeah, I think we're fine. And so, Mr. Quatz truck has done his last long voyage trip. And so he is now forever doomed to drive in circles until his quartz load is completely rounded out. And actually, probably by the time that it has been since that last clip, Mr. Truck has probably run out of quartz. We are here at temporary Satisfactory station. Not even attempting to say that correctly. I have been very busy since that last clip, as you are about to find out. We have this loop down here for a reason. Because we have a 3rd stop on this terrain line, and if we come back from the 3rd station, we're gonna come back backwards. So either this one down here, or up here. No! As I was saying, the road that goes up here is a very interesting one, because we started out today, yes, we can't see anything for a short period of time of all the pink. We started out today to go get some bauxite, and that is exactly where we're going with this train track. I want to keep it along the side of the mountain. I've done that. This little bit is kind of not how I wanted it to be, but it's the only way we could get up here, because this little platform station up here is where we need to be to get the bauxite. We're gonna leave the train here. Now, very well over here could be a super dangerous, but I'm not entirely sure, because I placed down cheaty little foundations that stop things from spawning, because as soon as you build somewhere, stuff isn't supposed to spawn. So what we're going to do is just do a little path of some more foundations. You go through here. Across the bridge there was something in the water. I think it was a runny dude. I can't see him no more. He gone. It might have been just a rock. It's a slug, better yet. All the way over here, where a radio tower shall be no more. And we're going to put down... We good? We good? Okay. And we're going to put down a miner Mark II. I guess we're going to put it in that direction. Sure. Get rid of this platform as well, because that should also absolve all of our enemy problems, being this thing being here. And unfortunately, in this area, the big trees, they're invulnerable to explosions. I was going to bring a chainsaw with me. That one's not, but this one is. Aha, I was going to say I can hear the ringing. So we can't really get rid of these unless a chainsaw does it. I'm not entirely sure. Otherwise, they're just completely indestructible. I'm very cautious of enemies being nearby. I don't think there's any around though. There's also crash site there. One up there. Both surrounded in smog. Oh, well, that one's actually got radiation in it. So I haven't got either of those yet. But yes, I'm going to connect this up and get us some bauxite. And the final piece to the puzzle is to connect it to the power. So we are going to be getting bauxite Like crazy. Are you going? He's going. I want to see this come out of here to start off with. Jig machine. There goes the bauxite. Not that we're digging it up much. I don't have the power shards with me. So that's fine. We will come back for that because we need to do a bit of a test run with the trains to make sure that I want this to just unload for the moment. Because I don't want any... actually, no. Bauxite's the only one that we can put that in. That's fine. Because I want to make sure that this actually works the way that I need it to. Ah, the bauxite. It's alive! Alright, so I'm going to set up the train. Okay, so train's set up. I need... So then now, with the... where we need it to go, timetable. Oh, geez. So we need 3... Oh, dope. We need 3 of these. So this is... That's home. What we want it to do is we want it to go here, which is Venray, down to where the quartz is, and then back home. Then you will probably start going. Maybe? Next stop? Doesn't have a next stop? Because he's not on the track, I guess? He's been backed a bit? Well, that was weird. Stop. Is he going now? Is next up here? Venray. Okay. So these are being loaded. The only issue is if I get in the train, there's one small section that I can't stand on top of it for, which is going to be an issue. But the reason I'm having to set it up this way, initial idea was to go down to Quatz and come up here, is these places are very tiny. I suppose this spot, if it doesn't work, we can just swap these 2 loading stations to be here and here, and it'll fix it. It should be fine. But it's more so, I want at the when we're at base, back onwards, I want this to be at front, not the Quatz. I don't feel safe riding here, but I kind of have to. Well, the test here is... Yep, there we go. I mean, it works. I don't need that loop then. Because we are going to be in the correct direction. That was the only thing I had to test, was to make sure that once it went into that station, it goes out the correct way. And I thought it was going to be backwards. But I can get rid of that loop and we're fine. Oh boy, because I realized that we're kind of backwards, but... Train just fixed itself. Actually, I need to get off so I can actually fix up so the quartz is getting loaded. And of course, since train didn't actually do a loop anywhere, both of sets of these have been filled up with the bauxite, which is not what we wanted. So I managed to fix our train. It's not the most elegant way to fix it, but it's also backwards to how I'd prefer it, so I can't really win. But the only way to fix it was to have it to go to one station twice. So if we open the map, say we'll put the... I don't know how to really organize this. I should get on here to leave, but I can also do that later. Anyway, just to show you. So the train heads out of the station this way. We'll say this is forwards for whatever reason. It will come up here. It reverses out of this station. And it's going to come back up to the station and then reverse home. So it's in the same order, direction. The other way to fix it would be to add curves all the way around it. Curves. Make every side of it loop. So it just goes forwards in one direction. I can do that up here. I could do that at the Quatz. I suppose technically I could do it back at base. I was just hoping this way would work and I could have just one of them loop, but having 2 trains on there, it don't work that way, unfortunately. This way will work best for now, because down there at the Quatz there is, so that radiator over there. But there's 2 pure nodes down there. There's 1 pure node up here, so It's not really getting the same amount of time, but we get more bauxite. Even though at the moment I'm not actually. These will definitely fill up the time that it takes the train to go up and down from here. But yeah, let's head back to base and wrap up. And so we're back. Let's see, Quatz, which is absolutely filled. And the bauxite would most definitely easily be filled as well, if the thing was running a little bit better. That's actually more than I thought we would have gotten. But anyway, that's going to have to do it for today, guys, as I've run out of time by this point. We did good. You get train, doing train stuff. How are we sitting power-wise? We're not too far away from having to deal with it again. Drop. Can I check? I don't need to check anymore because I've already seen it. Yeah, 4. Oh boy. Actually, while we do that, let's go have a look at how much quartz we have left over here, because it's either gonna be a lot or it's gonna be none. Whoosh. It looks like it's none. When I left, this bin still had all of its quartz in it, so we're going through the quartz pretty quickly. Their crystals are still being made, and I suppose over here would be the silica. I'll call that something different. It's gonna say sulfur. Yes, it's all backed up. We have, yep, nope, just reserves, which is not much. Last time we had reserve issues when we saved the truck, there was a lot less in here. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to stick around to see some more. I completely missed that. Not what I was trying to do. We're going to get up the top here for a better look of up your top there, because you can actually see the train station from all the way down here. It is a beautiful. Zoom, zoom, zoom. But yes, where is it? There's a platform somewhere. Nope, that's not it. There is a platform up there somewhere that looks like it's floating when you're on the bridge and look back this way or over there. Unless it's the sneaky one that's all the way over there. It's not supposed to be there. But yeah, next time we'll get stuck into actually using all that bauxite and quartz, because we're actually going to need to be using both of them. And we're going to start filling out the south side of the base. I want to call that side north, but it's not. It's a weird feeling, always facing this way, feel like that's north. I suppose the sun rises in the west. Ah, that's probably why I think that's north, because the sun normally rises in the east. But anyway, there we go, dragging this out. Get ready to have some fun with some aluminium. I said it backwards on the first way around first. That was words. I call it aluminium, not aluminum. Aluminum's dumb. Well, it's not, but depends where you are. Anyway, controversy aside, that's all. I shall see you guys next time where we utilize that stuff. But anyway, until then, bye.